Fitrana, also known as Zakat al-Fitr, is an obligatory charity that Muslims must give before the celebration of Eid al-Fitr. It is one of the important acts of worship in Islam, and it purifies the fasts of Muslims during the holy month of Ramadan. The purpose of Fitrana is to provide the poor and needy with the means to celebrate Eid al-Fitr with joy and without concern for their basic needs. Fitrana serves multiple purposes. Purification of the fast. It removes any deficiencies in one's fast, whether due to mistakes or shortcomings in sincerity. Support for the poor. It helps those in need to join in the festivities of Eid, ensuring that they too can enjoy food, clothing, and the celebrations. Promoting social solidarity. It strengthens the bond within the Muslim community, fostering a spirit of compassion and care for the less fortunate. What is Fitrana, Zakat al-Fitr? Fitrana, also known as Zakat al-Fitr, is a form of charity that every Muslim is required to give at the end of Ramadan before the Eid al-Fitr prayer. It is a small obligatory amount intended to purify the fast and help those in need celebrate Eid al-Fitr. The purpose of Fitrana is twofold: purifying the fast. It helps purify the fast from any minor faults or mistakes, making the fast more complete and accepted by Allah. Providing for the needy. It ensures that the poor and needy have the means to celebrate Eid al-Fitr, allowing them to buy food and participate in the joy of the occasion. Fitrana is typically given in the form of food or money, depending on the customs of the community. It is obligatory on every Muslim who possesses the means to do so, regardless of age or gender. The purpose of Fitrana. The purpose of Fitrana, Zakat al-Fitr, is to fulfill a number of important social and spiritual objectives. It is a charity that Muslims are required to give before the celebration of Eid al-Fitr, and its purpose can be understood in two main aspects. Purification of the fast. One of the primary purposes of Fitrana is to purify the fast of the fasting person. Even though fasting during Ramadan is an act of worship and devotion, mistakes or minor shortcomings might occur during the fast. Fitrana helps cleanse the fast of any such imperfections, ensuring that it is completed in the best manner. Support for the needy. The other key purpose of Fitrana is to assist those in need. It ensures that poor individuals or families who may be struggling financially are not left out of the joy of Eid al-Fitr. By giving Fitrana, Muslims can make sure that the less fortunate can also enjoy the celebrations, have food, and buy essentials for themselves and their families. Additionally, Fitrana fosters a sense of community and solidarity among Muslims, promoting care and compassion for those who are less fortunate. It strengthens the ties within the Muslim Ummah community, encouraging social responsibility and mutual support. When is Fitrana given? The timing of Fitrana, Zakat al-Fitr, is a critical aspect of its significance in Islam. Understanding when to give Fitrana ensures that it fulfills its intended purpose, to purify the fast and assist those in need before the joyous occasion of Eid al-Fitr. In this section, we will explore the correct time to give Fitrana, its recommended time frame, and why it must be given at the right moment. The ideal time to pay Fitrana. Fitrana must be given before the Eid al-Fitr prayer, which is typically held on the morning of Eid. This is the most important guideline to remember when giving Fitrana. It must reach the needy before the prayer, allowing them to purchase food and other necessities to celebrate Eid properly. The reason behind this timing is straightforward. Fitrana is meant to allow the poor and needy members of the community to join in the celebrations of Eid. It is their opportunity to also experience joy, to prepare meals, and to wear clean clothes, just as the more fortunate members of society do. If Fitrana is given after the Eid prayer, it no longer serves as Zakat al-Fitr, but merely as a voluntary charity, sadaqah, losing its original purpose. When can Fitrana be given? Although Fitrana must be given before the Eid prayer, it is highly encouraged to give it a few days before Eid, ideally in the last few days of Ramadan. The Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, recommended that Fitrana be distributed early to ensure that the poor have ample time to prepare for the Eid celebrations. This gives them the opportunity to buy food, clothing, and other essentials ahead of time. The ideal time to give Fitrana is usually from the 27th day of Ramadan until the time of the Eid prayer. Many people choose to give it during the last 10 days of Ramadan, which are considered the most blessed, especially in the odd-numbered nights of the last 10 days, in hopes of receiving the greatest reward. Why is early payment recommended? Early payment of Fitrana serves several beneficial purposes. Firstly, it ensures that the poor and needy will have sufficient time to use the money or food they receive in a meaningful way before the celebrations begin. Giving it earlier allows them to plan for their Eid preparations, buy food for their families, and participate in the festive spirit without worrying about their basic needs. Secondly, early payment facilitates better organization. Many mosques and charitable organizations collect Fitrana in advance and distribute it to those in need well before Eid. This enables the charity to reach a larger number of people, particularly in impoverished areas, ensuring that the community as a whole can celebrate Eid together. What happens if Fitrana is given? After the Eid prayer? While Fitrana remains a form of charity if given after the Eid prayer, it is no longer considered Zakat al-Fitr. The reason for this is that the purpose of Fitrana is to enable those in need to enjoy Eid with others. And by the time the Eid prayer has taken place, it no longer serves this purpose. If Fitrana is paid late, it is regarded as a voluntary charity, sadaqah, rather than an obligatory act of worship. While giving charity is always encouraged and holds great rewards in Islam, paying Fitrana after the Eid prayer means that the spiritual and social goals of Fitrana, purifying the fast and ensuring the needy can celebrate Eid, are not fully realized. The time frame for paying Fitrana. The time frame for paying Fitrana extends from the last few days of Ramadan right up until the time of the Eid al-Fitr prayer. During this period, Muslims are encouraged to calculate the amount of Fitrana due for themselves and their family members, ensuring that it is paid in a timely manner. Here's a general breakdown of when Fitrana can be paid. The last few days of Ramadan. It is encouraged to start paying Fitrana a few days before Eid, starting from the 27th of Ramadan and especially during the last 10 days, as these are considered the most spiritually significant. Before the Eid prayer, the latest possible time to pay Fitrana is before the Eid prayer, which is usually held in the morning. It's crucial to ensure that it is delivered to those in need before this time, so they can benefit from it during the Eid celebrations. How can Fitrana be paid in time? There are several convenient methods to ensure that Fitrana is paid on time. Mosques and charitable organizations. Many mosques collect Fitrana before Eid and distribute it to the needy on behalf of the giver. Muslims can simply visit their local mosque, donate the required amount, and trust that it will reach the intended recipients before Eid. Many mosques offer services to collect Fitrana as early as the last few days of Ramadan. Online platforms. In recent years, many online platforms and charity organizations offer the option to pay Fitrana digitally. These services allow individuals to make their payments conveniently from home, and they often distribute the funds or goods to the poor ahead of the Eid prayer. This method is particularly useful for those who may not be able to visit a mosque or distribute the charity personally. Conclusion: to when Fitrana should be given. In conclusion, the timing of Fitrana is of utmost importance in Islam, as it serves a vital role in purifying the fast and ensuring that the poor can partake in the joy of Eid al-Fitr. The optimal time to give Fitrana is during the last few days of Ramadan, with the absolute deadline being before the Eid prayer. By giving early, you are not only fulfilling a religious obligation, but also enabling the less fortunate to enjoy Eid with the community. It's a reminder that charity in Islam is not just about giving, it's about giving in the right time and place to make the most impact. How much is Fitrana? The amount of Fitrana, Zakat al-Fitr, is one of the key aspects that Muslims need to understand and calculate before the conclusion of Ramadan. The exact amount of Fitrana is determined based on the needs of the community, the local economy, and the type of food that is most commonly consumed in a given region. Fitrana is generally based on the value of approximately 2.5 kilograms of a staple food item, such as wheat, barley, dates, or rice. This value can be calculated in monetary terms based on the current price of these items in the local market. For instance, if rice is the staple food of a region, the value of 2.5 kilograms of rice becomes the basis for calculating the Fitrana. Typically, the amount of Fitrana ranges from $3 to $7 per person, depending on the local food prices. Who should pay Fitrana? Fitrana is an obligatory act of charity that must be paid by every Muslim who has the financial ability to do so. It is a way of purifying the fast and helping the poor enjoy the celebrations of Eid al-Fitr. The primary responsibility to pay Fitrana falls on the head of the household. This includes paying for themselves, their spouse, and any dependents who are under their care, such as children or elderly family members. Even children and those who are not fasting are included, as they are part of the household. It is essential to remember that Fitrana is only mandatory for those who have the financial means. If someone cannot afford to pay, they are excused from this obligation. However, if you are financially capable, Fitrana must be paid on behalf of every member of the family, and it should be distributed before the Eid prayer. The spirit of Eid and Fitrana. As Eid approaches, we are reminded of the true meaning of community and giving. Eid is a time to celebrate the completion of Ramadan, to gather with family and friends, and to express gratitude for the countless blessings Allah has bestowed upon us. But it's also a time to give back to those who are less fortunate, so they too can enjoy the beauty of Eid. Fitrana ensures that no one is left behind. By fulfilling this charity, we create a more inclusive and compassionate world. Eid becomes not just a celebration for the wealthy, but a joyful occasion for all, filled with unity, peace, and love. As we approach the end of Ramadan, remember the significance of Fitrana. It is more than just a charity. It's a spiritual act that purifies our fast, supports the less fortunate, and strengthens our community. May Allah accept our fasts, our prayers, and our charity, and grant us all a blessed Eid. May the joy of Eid reach every home, and may we continue to spread love, compassion, and unity through our actions. Remember, the true spirit of Ramadan is in our giving, both during the month and in the days that follow. Eid Mubarak to all in advance.